Okay. All right, well, before we get started, I need to put on my cleaning gear, guys, because when we're talking about cleaning, we need all sorts of things, right? We need our protective eyewear. We need our gloves, and I could only find one, so I'm only going to be able to clean with one hand. And did we lose Francine? Okay, well, she'll pop back on. That's funny. Okay, so we've got our protective glove, and then we also, you know, all those toxic fumes, we have to cover our mouth too. We don't want to breathe through our mouth too much. So we have to, you know, make sure that we're doing that. Because when we clean, and then we have to lock everything away. So in case we have littles running around, we don't want any of the littles. So this is my under the sink lock, right? Can anyone relate to that? Because that's really what we're supposed to be doing when we're using our typical store-bought cleaners. We're also supposed to be opening up a window when we clean, which in my bathroom there is not a window that opens, and I have a glass shower, and so it is when you get in there to clean, if you're using toxic fumes or toxic cleaning products like this one, I never use this, but I have it for demonstration purposes. It's, I mean, skin and eye irritant. Like on the back, it says stuff about all these things. You know, you're supposed to use protective eyewear and all that stuff in case the fumes get too much. Kind of worried that Francine just texted. She got kicked out. Okay, come back. All right, well, hopefully she'll jump back in. But that's really not what we have to do when we use Shackley Get Clean products at all. And they are so safe. This is one of the products we'll be telling you about tonight. We can spray it in our mouth, and I don't have to call poison control. So, I mean, it doesn't taste great, but, but that's how safe these products are. And for those of you that I haven't met yet, Patty and Susan, my name is Angie Thomas, and I grew up in a house clean with the products we're going to talk about tonight. My mom's also on this meeting. She's used these products in her house since I was a little girl. I've had my Shackley business for about 6 years now, and these products that we're going to talk about tonight are something that I have. Well, there's Francine. She's coming back on. There's something that have really drawn me to the company, and the company helped me really understand. Hi, Francine. I have a real passion for the health of this planet, for the landfills. When I think about how much trash there is in this world, I get so sad. Actually, it was in Sri Lanka. I just saw on the news today, like 28 bodies they found from a trash slide, like a mudslide, but it was a trash dump.
Oh my gosh.
And, you know, we just have so much trash. And so these products help eliminate waste in so many ways, and they help the planet because they're all biodegradable. We'll be telling you about these things. So that was really important to me. And of course, safety for my children, that I didn't have to worry about them crawling on the floor. They can help me clean, and I don't have to worry about it. So that's why I love these products. I'm excited to share with you guys tonight. And then Francine's back, so let's let her introduce.
Gotta love technology, right? Well, I'm also a Shackley distributor in Missouri, and before I was a distributor, though, I was a customer, and what got me hooked on Shackley was Basic H. So this little bottle of Basic H, and the reason was, at the time, I was a social worker, and so I worked with children birth up through 5th grade, and a lot of the kids who were on my caseload had a lot of issues with fine motor skills, and so I got real interested in exactly why that was, and it seemed to be increasing. The more time I spent with these kids, it seemed like we had more and more who were having these same issues. And so at the time too, I had 2 young children. They were 5 and 3, and we lived in an older home, and I was always real conscious just about the materials our home may have been made with, and if there's any lead-based paint and whatnot. And so I was introduced to Shackley and told about this basic age, and I'd read some studies, and if you guys are interested in that, we can even post that in our group, because there's actual handwriting samples that show how a child's handwriting, their fine motor skills, can be affected when they're exposed to chemicals versus when they're in a more non-toxic environment. And so, of course, as a mom, I wanted to do everything I could to keep as many toxins away from my children as possible. And so that's what I became passionate about, was this little bottle of Basic H. And then I just started telling other people about that, because I knew other people my age who had young children too, and that's where it all started.
I think Basic H is sort of maybe one of the gateway drugs into Shackley. You know, it's an amazing cleaner, and what Francine just shared is one of the reasons a lot of people start using these cleaners and all of that. But why we think it's important, some of the facts, which are not really always fun, but people spend 90% of their time indoors, and 90% of their poisonings that happen in the home. And chemical pollutants have been found to be 2 to 5 times higher inside of the home versus outside. So a lot of times we think home is the safest place because it's home, right? There's no factories in our house or next door. But because of pollutants coming in from our air conditioners, from the windows, from our shoes, when we bring them in, from our furniture, our carpeting, all those chemicals come in. So there are a lot of things in our house that we cannot control. So I think it's really important that we control what we can. There's some statistics that say long-term exposure to chemicals inside our homes may be harmful to us and our families. That's what we're talking about today. Personal care and household cleaning products are a major cause of poisoning in children. So 90% of those poisonings are from personal care and household cleaning products. We've seen the articles and the news stories about children eating those laundry pods. And that's a really scary thing, because they look like candy. They're brightly colored. They're about the size of some candy. And the plastic actually dissolves. It's made to dissolve in water. So while it's good, because that plastic's not going to choke them, though all those chemicals are able to be ingested into the body and can cause major, major problems. Common household cleaners and appliances give off fumes that can potentially increase the risk of children developing asthma. And 25 million people suffer from asthma, and 1 in 10 school-aged children have asthma. I think allergies and asthma are on the rise, and we're going to share a couple stories tonight. But allergies and asthma are, when we breathe in toxic things in our environment outside or our environment inside, it can just irritate that even more. So that's just another reason to control what we're putting in our homes to be around our bodies. So, and Francine, you have a really interesting story about allergies, don't you?
Right. Well, I have allergies and asthma.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll talk about asthma for a second. So my husband, who now is in his 40s, but he was one of those sickly children with asthma from the time he was little. Said every spring and every fall he ended up in the hospital with asthma, and was on a lot of medication, and impacted his activity, whatever. Just happened throughout his whole childhood. So anyway, fast forward until us getting married, and so he came into my home when we married, and we used all the cleaners. And so at the time we married, he was on 3 inhalers, even as an adult. And he still kind of thought Shackley was a little bit crazy, and I was being a little witch doctor. So we weren't even talking about like nutritional supplements at the time. But just coming into my home and not having any non-toxic cleaners, he was able, he only has 1 inhaler now. And actually we were checking the expiration date on it a couple weeks ago, and it had expired because he didn't have the need to use it anymore. So that was significant for him, because even as an adult, he was still having to use his inhaler, even though he wasn't being hospitalized anymore. So just switching from the cleaners. And when you think about that, you guys, I mean, we clean our whole home. So we're in our home, we're living in our home, but then we're also washing our clothes and chemicals, and then you're laying down at night on these sheets and pillows that you've also washed in the same detergent and use the same fabric sheets and all that stuff. So we're continuously breathing in those chemicals, and we're not giving our body a rest. So it made a big difference in his life.
Yeah, I am just when you stop and think about the laundry thing, what you just said about how we're constantly either wearing or sleeping on our laundry products, and when they're finished in the dryer, if they still have that like fresh mountain breeze smell, those are chemicals that are still on there that made it all through the water cycle and the soap cycle and the dryer cycle, and they're still on you. And I bought clothes. We buy a lot of clothes from the used clothes store or hand-me-downs from neighbors, and which I'm super grateful for. And a lot of times, if they've used, regular, typical household laundry products, it takes me several washes and soaks to get that smell out of there. And
it's a great marketing strategy too, because all these cleaning companies, and there's a commercial on, I think it's Clorox, so it's not exactly Shackley, but anyway, I mean, the commercial I saw just this weekend, the lady's walking down the cleaning aisle of the store, and she's like, if you've got the flu, do you really care if rainy day, jungle is gonna, is that really gonna take the flu germs out of your house? No, but, I mean, and you walk down a cleaning aisle, and anymore, I just kind of have to hold my breath or avoid it, because I've gotten used to not having smells now, but the industry teaches us that, to have Tutti Frutti, Rainbow Fresh, whatever,
right,
to tell if your house is clean. But there is no naturally occurring Tutti Frutti, Rainbow Bright, anything in that bottle. There's just more chemicals that make that smell that we're putting in our home.
And the scary thing is that we can smell it through that thick plastic that's in there.
Yeah.
At Shackley, I love some of their marketing around the cleaning products. They always say we believe in earth-friendly product choices, and we do, because Shackley, the company, was founded on the principle that we should live in harmony with nature, and that's not just for our supplements and our products that we put in our body, but it's for our cleaning line, and they can be kind to the earth in so many different ways. And so the Shackley cleaning products follow the motto that they're always safe. They always work, which sometimes people ask me, because the non-toxic cleaning products are like, that can't actually work, and they're always green. So I posted in the Facebook event, I posted a list today, and I don't have to read through all of it, but they use sustainable ingredients from renewable sources. They have biodegradable surfactants, which means that this is going to biodegrade within 30 days and not leave buildup and film in your pipes. So it's really healthy for that aspect also, and in your appliances like your dishwasher and your washing machine. Packaging is recyclable. The wipes, I'm going to show you later, our wipes are recyclable. The dryer sheets are made out of vegetables, so you can actually compost the dryer sheets. We don't use chlorine bleach, no phosphates, no nitrates, no borates, no VOCs, which are volatile organic compounds, and we don't test on animals. So those are just a few of the ways that these products are earth-friendly. And we're going to do
interesting with appliances, because it wasn't one of my customers, but I heard somebody else say that one of their customers was complaining because she wanted to get new appliances, and like the Shackley cleaners were like amazing, and her appliances weren't wearing out like she was expecting or had in the past. So it's really gentle on your appliances as well.
Yeah, I guess if you want to ruin your appliances, use the stuff that clogs your pipes.
That's right.
Francine, are you going to go ahead and show us the basic H?
Yes. So I wanted to show you too, because these products are just super concentrated. So, and I'm actually opening up a brand new bottle of Basic H. So besides, being safe and working, you're also saving a lot of money. So like this bottle of Basic H is like $10 or $12, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I have, this makes 48 gallons. This is, what is this, 16 ounces?
16 ounces, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not very, very big at all. But, I mean, we buy maybe a bottle of Basic H maybe once a year, probably longer, never less than once a year. And this is what we use to clean windows, to mop floors, we do everything with this other than wash dishes and wash clothes, really, I think, and then disinfecting. But I mean, we wash our hands with it, we shave with it, we shave pets in it, which that is not a recommended shackle use because they don't do animal testing. So that's just between us. And it's just recording.
That's just between us and the Zoom recording.
That's right. But I just wanted to show you how easy it is. So I took the liberty of already putting 16 ounces of water in this bottle, and to make the window cleaner, it's just 1, 2 drops of the basic H, and you just put your nozzle back on. Now this is a spray bottle that I got from Shackley. You can use any type of bottle, just like if you have Windex or something like that at home, I'd ask you not to use that because that's already got the chemicals in it. But anyway, here you go. Here's a bottle of window cleaner with just 2 drops. And the hardest part about this whole thing is just making sure you get 2 drops. I mean, it's okay if you get more than that, but you don't need more than 2 drops. So this, I've seen different things. This basically is like 22 cents a gallon. It's like a penny to make a bottle of window cleaner when you use the basic H.
I think it's something like if you only used it to make window cleaner, you would be saving over 5,800 bottles of Windex from going into the landfill.
I know.
That's how much you can get out of that 16-ounce bottle.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, and it you know, lasts a long time, and it's it's just like any other type of window cleaner.
It's the same. That's exact what Francine just showed is what the sample was that we sent you, a sample of that basic H, and it also makes all-purpose with 1/4 of a teaspoon, and then degreaser with 1.5 teaspoons. And the all-purpose is great for all-purpose things, but we dust with it. We do all sorts of things with it. And Melissa just told me of a great testimonial when she got her sample. Do you want to share it, Melissa? Do you feel comfortable? Can I put you on the spot?
Yeah, one of the things I could never get clean was the hairspray off of my bathroom counter.
Oh yeah.
So I had tried product Norwex because it's supposed to be no chemicals and everything, but it didn't do it. So the first thing I tried when I got my sample was my bathroom counter, and it took it right off.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love hearing stories like that, and it was so great when she showed me that. So that is the basic H, which is this is basic H squared. It was originally basic H, which is one of the founding products of Shackley back in the 60s before green was cool.
And I think this is made with corn and coconut extracts. So,
yeah.
Nice.
When you were trying to get back on, Francine, I sprayed it in my mouth to show them how safe it is.
You know, I never thought of doing that, but I did that all weekend. My kids were like, "Stop!" It's really cool. Spray your stuff in your mouth.
Oh, my mom's chatting. Mom, you can unmute yourself and add things, and we love to wash all our fresh veggies and fruit with it. Oh, that's a good point. When I wash strawberries, or tonight I did broccoli, I just put one quick spray in the bowl and put my veggie or whatever in it, fill up the bowl, and that's how or grapes, that's how I wash all of it in there, and it's totally safe. And so we want to also do another demo that I love to show people to illustrate what Francine just showed with the window cleaner. I did this before our Zoom chat, so it would be a little bit dried, so I could give you even a better testimonial, but I just took red lipstick. And this is just like junky lipstick that I bought at Walgreens, and put it on a picture of my daughter and I, and then my window cleaner. And I'm just going to spray it on here so I don't get it all over the frame, but I just sprayed a little bit on my towel, little happy face, and it's gone. Now you can see cute Eliza. So cute. And so the window cleaner is, people are like shocked because it's only 2 drops. So how can it work? And it works. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm going to show the kitchen one.
So yeah. So I mean, these things I keep basic H in our kitchen. Well, actually in our laundry room, which is right off the kitchen. But I have a little bottle. If I turn my computer, I can show you right next to the sink because I'm always burning myself, and that's another thing basic H is good for. If you put it right on the burn, it takes the sting away. So anyway, it's good, and we have a little bottle outside actually because if you get stung by a bee or something like that, it again takes the sting out. So the other product we have in our kitchen is the dishwash, and Shackley also has a dishwasher powder as well. And we unfortunately do not have a dishwasher in this house. However, I use the dishwasher powder to clean our toilets, and it works fabulous. So, but anyway, I just, again, just a plain old glass of water, and I usually just do like a couple little squirts of dish soap. As you could see, it was hardly anything, and mix it up. I mean, it does make a little bit of bubbles. It doesn't have a smell. I have to tell you, even when I was living on my basic age, I was still a Dawn girl because I was all over the Dawn fights grease thing. But this dishwash fights grease just as well as Dawn, and I wish you could feel this because it doesn't have like any kind of greasy film or something like when you put other dishwash on your hands. You can kind of tell it's there, but other than the bubbles in the glass, I mean, it just feels like water. But it does cut through grease, and it's not anything you have to take the water out of your sink and put it back in. I mean, we wash everything all together, and it works great.
And I really feel like since I've been washing with it, my hands don't get as dry.
Yeah, yes, that is true. And I can attest to that because, again, we've been in this house just about 2 years. Before that, I had a dishwasher. Even like with the dishwasher, when I would have to like wash some things before you put it in the dishwasher, in the winter, my cuticles would get really dry and whatnot. And my husband does do a lot of the dishes, so I can't take all credit. But yeah, I didn't have that problem this year or last. So I think it has a lot to do with the dishwash.
I'm kind of sad that you don't have a dishwasher. I'm feeling really sad for you.
There's only 2 of us now. It's okay.
Yeah, your kids are already in college and out, so it's better that way. The next demo we want to show you, because demos are just really fun and they really illustrate how great these products work. Because there's a lot of people that don't want to switch their cleaning products unless they know that they're going to work, which makes sense. So we wanted to show you a few, and that's another beauty of this kind of. We don't have to leave our homes, but we can all see each other on this Zoom chat. So we have a product called Nature Bright, and it is a powder. It's a laundry whitener and brightener, and it helps get stains out. And I think we have like 1,000,002 before and after pictures with Nature Bright because it just works so incredible. And took what I like to show people, my demo for this is I just took regular iodine that you can get at Walgreens. Like this is the stuff that they put on you before a surgery or, when they need to clean you up really well. But it stains everything. So I just took my husband's white t-shirt. I didn't, this is one that he's still going to use. And I put some on also before that we talked, so it could be like set in a little bit more, even on both sides. And I have a jar of clean water just from the tap. And put in some, I probably should have done this one first because it is going to need to set for a second, but I just put in probably way too much Nature Bright there. And
I also put Nature Bright in our toilets whenever I don't have my dishwashing or dishwasher stuff.
I have a porcelain sink, and a lot of times it'll start to need a little bit of, lifting, and I just put some Nature Bright and I soak things in there. It gets my coffee stains off my coffee mug, all sorts of things. So I'm just going to actually let this soak for a couple minutes while we keep moving on, and then I'll show it to you in a couple minutes, okay?
All right, so while we're talking about the laundry room too, so of course you need to wash your clothes. So we have powder, laundry, concentrate, and then we also have a liquid. But I wanted to show you this because I've had this since June of 2015. So I mark on all my boxes. Now, in full disclosure, this is not the only thing I've used to wash my clothes. However, I mean, we do use liquid, but we go back and forth. But still, I've had this since June 2015. Even washing clothes, I use this mainly to soak things. I will do 2 scoops of this and 2 scoops of Nature Bright when I have a stain that's like really set in. My daughter likes to repurpose furniture, and so we were taking the drawers out of a dresser a couple weeks ago. We found all these articles of clothing that had gotten stuck behind the dresser, and they had stains. And I mean, she's in college. She's a sophomore in college, and some of the things we found were Blue's Clues underwear. So you can tell they've been there a while.
Oh my goodness!
She's 19. She's not worn any Blue's Clues underwear for a while. But anyway, so I wanted to soak those types of things before we put it, to Goodwill and Salvation Army, wherever. And so we just, mix this up in hot water with the Nature Bright that Angie just showed you, and left it overnight, washed it, and there was no stains whatsoever. I just posted a picture. I'd seen another distributor had a wedding dress that had just sat in her closet for a number of years, and so it had been yellowed, really, really yellowed. And she took it to a professional cleaners to see if they could clean it before they packaged it for her. And he said there was nothing that they could do. So she took it home and she mixed up her powder laundry concentrate with the Nature Bright, and it was pristine. I cannot believe how clean it was.
Wow.
And neither did the cleaner, because she took it back to him because she still wanted him to package it, and he just could not believe how white it had gotten.
Wow. Did she have to put it in like her bathtub to soak that?
She didn't say. I don't know. One time we had a flag. My dad had this flag. He's in the VFW, and they had it at their headquarters or meeting hall or whatever you call it. And it was a very old flag. And same thing, the white was really yellowed. And so he brought it to me. He's like, can you get this clean? And I was really kind of nervous because of the colors in there too. But we soaked it for a couple days, and it was beautiful. The white got white, the red and blue did not fade, and it was great.
Yeah, and this is all without bleach. I mean, and you can see it's all drippy. I don't want to drip all over the place, but you can see there's no evidence of that stain anymore.
Yeah, and that's just a couple minutes.
And that's just a couple minutes, yeah. With iodine, which is, stains. So all of these products that we're showing you are so concentrated. Shackley does not ship you your water. You add it, like what Francine demonstrated. When you use the dish powder in the dishwasher, you use such a small amount, and because it's so concentrated. And that helps save on packaging. It helps save on emissions. It helps save on production waste. And, then it also helps save you from having to purchase it all the time. So it's a really, that's one of the best parts of it, is that it's so concentrated. And I think, what Francine said about the Basic H, how it lasts over a year. I have people that'll buy a bottle of Basic H and I don't hear from them for a while for more Basic H, and they'll say, you probably think I don't like this or anything, but I just haven't finished it. Like, I know.
Yeah.
But Francine, you also had a allergy testimonial.
Oh, right. And so this is a testimony actually from one of my customers. Her son had severe allergies, was born with allergies, and then, as he got a little bit older, they just worsened. And so he's a boy. He has an older brother. His older brother's very active, so of course Reed also wanted to be very active, but it was just bad. Like, if he was going outside, they had to just pack him with all these allergy meds and everything. And from the time he was born, they were not able to even open a window in their house, which that's the one that blows me away, just to not even have the freedom to open a window in your house, because it just impacted him so much. And so, same thing, they didn't know a whole lot about nutrition as far as treating symptoms nutritionally, so they were going to start with just the cleaners. And so they switched to, actually they bought a Get Clean starter kit, which Angie's going to talk about, but they basically Shackleyized their house with the cleaners. So, she threw away all, or donated, I'm not quite sure what she did with all of her chemical cleaners, totally got rid of everything in the house. Even had some man come in who was able to clean their carpets non-chemically. And so they did that, but then they switched over to Shackley Basic H and all the laundry stuff. And he dramatically improved. I mean, she put him on the couch with this great big nebulizer on, having to fill his medicine and everything. And now he's out riding dirt bikes and playing baseball and, doing everything he wants to do too. And it's not a great deal. They did add some nutrients as well, because they found, he had noticeable improvement, and they wanted to help his immune system get even stronger. But just switching to the cleaners made a big difference.
Yeah, I love that. That is, and I've also heard of, there's another girl that is a distributor, and she was having migraines so bad all the time that she would not be able to get off her couch. It would take her out for the day. And she's just switching the cleaning products made a huge difference. See, Patty had a comment regarding the safety. My upline had a customer with 2 little ones. The toddler sprayed Basic H in the baby's eyes, when he took the baby to the doctors, he said that if it's any other cleaner, the baby could have been blind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if they sprayed this stuff in your eyes, that's not OxyClean. It's not good for your eyes. Yeah, there's several stories of like people call poison control because their kid got into something, and poison control will say, no, you're fine with that one. Francine, were you going to share about the water pitcher?
Sure, I can show, since we're in the kitchen, I can show you my water pitcher. We keep this on the counter all the time. And this is our Get Clean water pitcher. What I love about this is, I don't know if I can show you, but it has a counter on the top. And so every time you flip this lid open to fill it up again, the counter will click. And when you get to 80 clicks, then it's time to change the filter. But the filter filters out more impurities than I believe, last I knew, any other water pitcher on the market. And you know, when the people in Michigan had, oh my gosh, I'm so bad with geography. It was Michigan, right?
Flint. It was Flint, Michigan. Yeah.
Okay, I said that and then I questioned myself. Okay. Shackley, and that's another thing about Shackley too. I love they're really into humanitarian causes and making the world a better place. And so they sent these water pitchers to the people there so that they could have clean water, because it's just amazing the number of impurities that these filters inside the screen mechanism. You kind of see the bottom of it. The white is the end of the filter. It just gets so many toxins and impurities and chemicals out of our water before we ingest it.
Yeah. So that's another part of our Get Clean line is the clean water, in addition to the cleaning products. But one thing we want to share with you today is our Get Clean kit, which is a really perfect way to get started with the Get Clean line, because it gives you a little taste of everything in our line. Every room will get a little bit of Get Clean in there. And I want to show you what comes in there. You're going to get a bottle of that basic H that Francine talked about, and it's going to come with 3 spray bottles. And what's really nice about these spray bottles is they have the directions for the dilution that you need right on the spray bottle, so you don't have to remember, did they say that it was a 1/4 teaspoon or a 1/2 teaspoon? You know. You're also going to get a bottle of the dishwash liquid that Francine talked about, and the dishwash powder for your dishwasher. You're going to get the Nature Bright that I demoed. You're also going to get liquid laundry, 32 ounce of liquid laundry. I don't have to show, that's already in my laundry room, so I forgot to grab that. You're going to get a box of 80 dryer sheets. And I don't know if you've ever felt dryers, like bounce dryer sheets, but they have that filmy texture to them. And that film ends up on your clothes. So it kind of shortens the life of your clothes. It also gets on the screen of your dryer filter. And after a while, it'll build up where water won't even pass through that filter. So those are really dangerous, because that could be a fire hazard. But this is not like that. This does not have a film. They almost feel like parchment paper.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that paper sometimes when you buy a blouse or a shirt at the store, and it's got that, the paper inside of it. It kind of feels like that.
Like the thick tissue paper.
You tear them in half, and they last. I mean, we get several uses out of one dryer sheet.
Oh yeah. I think my mom also reuses them a lot too. It's going to come with a can of our germ off wipes. So this is a disinfectant wipe. We do have a concentrate called Basic G that is a germicide, but because it's a germicide, it has to have something in it that's going to kill the bacteria and the E. coli and things like that. So it's not considered non-toxic in its concentrated form, but it's diluted form in the form of a wipe. It can be considered part of our non-toxic line. It does not contain bleach, but it does. It's a good thing to have around the toilets, or I sometimes keep them in a car because I've got kids that can be gross. And so it's also going to come with this caddy, which is really pretty and convenient. And some just cleaning accessories like the scoops and the pumps and the dropper pipettes to measure out your stuff, and then a sponge and a scrubby pad and something for your windows, a towel for your windows, and a towel for like dusting. And
those things all last forever too.
I know, they do. And actually, I haven't purchased a Get Clean kit since for 6 years, and I just purchased this to kind of, freshen up on what I have. But the towels, I still use this green towel here. It's still, when I need to clean it, I just run it through the laundry, but that's what I dust with. And I should have opened this before tonight, but it's a really great basket of stuff. It comes with a free membership if you're not already a member, so that's a $20 value right there. And it's $99 is the member price. All those products, if you were to buy them from the store, with the amount that they clean, you would be spending over $3,400 because, things like this make 48 gallons of all purpose. So you're going to be saving money on these products. And then in this month, the month of April, it also comes with free shipping. And that usually runs about $13 because it's pretty heavy to ship the cleaning products. So you're going to save on your free shipping, and you can combine that with the rest of your order to get everything free shipping as well, up to $20.
Yes.
So, really, it's a really great deal. It's in honor of Earth Month this month that we're doing that and sharing it with you.
And if you're a new member, when you sign up for that as well, they Shackley plant the tree in your honor.
Oh, that's right.
Really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So there's that too. We can have time for questions if anybody has questions or comments. We don't have to. I think that was what we wanted to share tonight. We wanted to keep it fairly brief. We wanted to do a few demos and tell you about these products, and they're all available a la carte too. You don't have to buy them in the kit, but right now that's a pretty convenient way to buy them because it gets you started.
Shipping too, and that's for everybody, whether you're a member or not.
Right.
Yeah, because like Angie said, Shackley does basic shipping on weight, and so when you order the cleaners, you do spend a little bit more generally on the shipping.
Yeah. So, and then like all of our Shackley products, they're 100% guaranteed. So if for some reason you purchase one of these products and it doesn't work the way you hoped, you just let us know and we will make it right for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Melissa, Patty, and Susan, and Mom for
Thank you.
being part of this.
Thank you. It was very good.
Thank you.
If you know of anybody that you would like to tell about what you heard tonight, we always would love to share this with them as well, and are happy to continue because it only furthers our mission of keeping better health for the whole planet.
Right. Absolutely.
And this is going to be recorded, so we can send it to them if we don't watch it over again and think we shouldn't.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you.